Whoops. Alrighty. I'm going back live. Just finished up with Sword Stream. I'm just doing a little bit of base building. Nothing too spectacular today. Just trying to get a couple things up and running. Doing a little building in the UAS space. So I'm going to go ahead and flesh this out just a little bit. Trying to standardize my base builds ever so slightly. And been having a little bit of luck with it. I've got to watch some other videos and get down the wall glitch so that I can put the galactic trade terminals in these big buildings, because that's about the one thing I have not figured out how to do. Again, it tells me I am in the object when I was not. Oh, I am missing some glass, so I guess I better build some more of that. I should have a decent amount of glass available. I did bring Dora down with a bunch of frost crystal in her. Let's see what she's got left. Oh yeah, I still got plenty of glass. Plenty of glass building ability left. Let's go ahead and, while we're at it here, let's knock out as many of these as we can. Alrighty, that will keep us in the glass business for a little while. Get some more of these biodomes up and running. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Slap in a couple more biodomes. Now the planet I'm on will naturally take solar vine, so we will plant a bunch of that outside. If you do happen to visit this location though, if you go outside, please be careful. There are some predators. I will show you a couple of the, give you a real quick tour. Hey, Funny Imps. Welcome to my stream. I am still very new to this, so please bear with me. Bear with me. I am still learning, but I am learning from the best. I watch a lot of Xaine, and I obviously watch a lot of Sword. Alright, well the bodies have disappeared, so we don't have to worry about that, but as you are outside here, there will be a whole bunch of planted solar vine over this way. So I will bump up the natural ability of this planet, and then I will plant frost crystal, gamma, and cactus flesh on the inside, probably one in each of those. And I'm not sure what I'll do down the other one. I might be really nice. And, oh, I definitely appreciate that, Funny. I definitely appreciate that. There's a couple things that I need to go over on how to do certain things. I am streaming from a PS4, and I'm streaming through YouTube. and I have not quite mastered the art of getting the stream up and running before actually getting the stream up and running, if you know what I mean. So that when I type everything in, there's still additional things that I want to, additional information that I want to enter in and go that way, and I have to figure that out. I don't know if it's possible, if it's just something I'm screwing up or what. But I will be talking to some people in the very near future on how to do those. And then also just what is the type of things that people like to see in the way of live streams in particular. I know the different things that I like to see on shorter videos and such like that. And I know the reason why I was doing this is because there were a few things were kind of lacking, but um, it was also because I hadn't found the personalities that I was looking for. And I seem to have found a few of those recently, so I'm doing a lot better on what I'm watching. But I will give you the basic layout of this base so far. Now this is all stuff that I was just building during Sword's stream. While I was sitting there watching him, I was cranking through some of these. I'm going to put another 3 bubbles over here, 3 biodams on the end there, and then this one I'm going to match that other side and put the second landing pad, and then I believe we will be good to go. So I will have 4 wings available, and basically just fill this puppy up with some plants. Hopefully it won't be too overcomplicated, and I'll have to be careful with how much solar vine I actually plant naturally. So we shall see on that. We shall see. I do have to change up my own personal setup too. My chat monitor is to the right of my play screen, and that is not optimal. Gotcha. Yeah, I have, since this is stream number 8 in this series, basically when I go in there, it's really just changing the number at the end. And then after the video is posted to YouTube, I go back in and add tags later. One of my biggest things is I have not been doing a lot of self-promotion as well, mainly because I haven't wanted to step on anybody else's toes, and I wanted to learn from some other people. So I've been kind of on the down low about when I'm doing my streams. I'll be posting up on the Noob Nation Discord and Xaine's World Discord, but I also got to figure out when I want my regular stream time to be. I think that'll be important too. Well, I just got a new setup with the PS4, where I just got a new PS4 that is set up in my office. So I actually do have a PC set up, and it's right next to this, but the way that I have it set up, my computer monitor's to the right, whereas I would prefer it to be on the left. So I really just need to switch those. That's going to be the big thing. Alright, so I need to build out that one to match this one. That means I need 4 more glass tubes this way. Keeping track of my builds is also getting a little difficult for me. Alright, so there's 4. Then we need that. That there. I'm having a blast with this though. I've only been playing No Man's Sky for shoot, about a month now. So that's also still new to me. Yeah, I've spoken to Xaine a couple times. What got me on that was that he was getting ready to start doing all the anthem work, so my timing kind of sucked. Not his timing, my timing. Um, but he was actually still super helpful on a lot of things, and you know, it was kind of cool because he didn't blow me off or anything else like that. He just he gave me the layout of what he was getting ready to do, so I didn't want to bother him, even though he offered, you know, anytime I wanted, I could message him and he said he'd get back to me. I have not yet taken him up fully on that offer. I'm gonna have to though. Alrighty, so that should take care of that. Let's go ahead, craft some more glass. Ooh, starting to run out. And I think my next thing is I need to upgrade my equipment just a little bit. I'm gonna have to get a better mic because I'm running off of a headset now. And basically just kind of need to teach myself to keep talking to myself. That's the hardest thing when you're sitting there. You don't want to sound like an idiot talking to yourself the whole time, but sometimes you just have to. Alright, so I need 2 ion batteries, and I need some metal plating. Should have more than enough to do that. Let's go ahead and get that other landing pad in here. I believe I need to do one more. Ooh, don't have the pure ferrite for that. Well, I did bring some magnetized ferrite with me to turn into pure, so I was thinking ahead a little bit. If I'd been thinking really ahead, I would have put this actually in the refiner earlier. Let's go ahead and get those rolling. Get these rolling. And then, of course, knowing my luck, I'm going to try and prevent a blue screen of death problem here. Go ahead and save the base real quick while those are running. Came out here the one time, and that's when I got attacked by the predators. Didn't even realize that there were predators active on this world. They come flying out of nowhere. I was standing up on top of one of these hallways, and they started attacking me from below. I've done that before too. When you jump in there and they're just kind of chilling out, doing their own thing, and not paying attention, and you know, you kind of sneak up on them. It's always funny. But I talk to myself fairly frequently. I'm a leather crafter by trade, so I'll be sitting there cranking stuff out in my workshop, and pretty much just go and go and go, and I'll be talking to myself while I'm doing it, just to keep me from getting bored and whacking my fingers with a hammer or something like that. So that's actually not too hard of a thing. I do get a little quiet when I get distracted by some of the things that I'm doing. Like if I get into concentrating, unfortunately sometimes I will get a little quiet. But that's pretty much every streamer, unless they are just a loud talker all the time. I've noticed a lot of people will get a little quiet, just a little bit. Even Xaine will do it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, that side is complete. I'm going to go ahead into photo mode. Zoom out here and see what we got. Alrighty, that's actually looking... That's looking pretty spiffy right there. So I need to get 2 more glass tubes, a 3-way or a 4-way, and those guys, and then that one is good to go, and then this base is pretty much going to be complete. I'll go ahead and jump on down here. I've been doing an awful lot of prefab building, and I do want to learn learn all the tips and tricks on how to do the regular hallways, which Sword is really good at. I just have not had an opportunity to sit down and watch one of his videos start to finish. Mainly because when I first started playing, my original setup was I was playing the PS4 in my daughter's room. She's the one that had the PS4. I had to go get my own. Alright, we have all of our sections in here. I do need to figure out where to put that Galactic Trade Terminal. I'm gonna have to do something about that. And it's kind of cool seeing all these big critters walking around outside while you're doing this. You can go ahead and grab the pure ferrite. Clear out my refiners here. Since I will be coming back, I'm going to fill that one up. Alright, let's go out here and do a quick save. Oops, look at that, forgot a panel. Alrighty, let's fix that issue. Okay, hopefully I haven't forgotten any other ones. And then what I do is I put my storage down here that I have available. That's always helpful. So it's pretty much a slight variation off of Sword's general shape, but it is what it is. Gotta learn what you can where you can. Alright, we're gonna save this, upload that base. I actually want to move the beacon. I probably should have waited to save the base for a moment till I got the beacon up there, but I do have to come back and do some planting, so when I do that I will re-upload. Put the beacon up on the roof. And we're just going to go ahead and run on up here. Find a nice little spot. I think right there will be perfect. Let's drop that beacon right about there. Let's change the color on that one a little bit though. Do a black. The hallways that he does are based off of these glass panels. So what he will do is, I'm using the prefabs like this. He will actually run the glass panels with the glass panel floors out to about that last four-way intersection. And it will all be just straight up glass ones. So it widens this out a little bit. It tightens this gap over here ever so slightly. So these two pieces right here that I'm looking at, they'll actually almost be touching, if not touching, when Sword does it, or at least that's the impression that I got. Because he doesn't really use a lot of the prefab stuff. The trick that I've had a hard time teaching myself is how to get the doorways mounted to the metal walls, although I did finally get it correctly on this one. I'll show you the spot that I'm talking about there, where this hallway begins. What I found was the trick to getting these openings right here was to not put this floor panel in, put the wall up there, and then put a hollow door on there, and then delete the door, and it leaves the panel through there as long as you've already put the hallway behind it. But see, instead of having these prefab halls, his hallways are actually the full width of one of these panels. Or at least that's what I remember. But yeah, I kind of do a little bit my own way, and I was experimenting with expanding upon the roof here. Speaking of which, I did want to put some form of light up there. Don't know if the lab lamp's the right choice for that or not, but let's see what we do on that. I gave a little light in here, but not much. It gets very dark on this planet, which is also kind of funny. Alright, so we got that done. I am going to go out here and hit that upload base one more time. Just so that it's in the system. I've been having some goofy glitches pop up on me, so I'm not really trusting everything at the moment. And then what I'm going to do is I'll come out here and gather up all of that solar vine and then use that for building. Transfer all of this over to the Explorer real quick. Put the pure ferrite over there too. Always a battle with the inventory. Always a battle with the inventory. Yeah, actually some of those blue ones are, ironically, they are the little white lights. They just, for some odd reason, everything's showing up blue inside that building. The ones on the outside of the building, I used the blue ones, but inside I was using the whites. I was hoping for a little bit brighter. What I'm always concerned about is the complexity level. I have no idea what the complexity count is on a base like this, nor am I capable of doing the math of figuring it out. But I try and keep as much potential for lag down as I can, because I'm going to plant a metric ton of solar vine out here. And anytime you have large numbers of plants, that definitely slows things down. I have learned that with the PS4 in particular, I know PC gamers don't have nearly as much of a problem if they have decent graphics cards, but the PS4, I get lag issues. Like when I'm coming into Londinium these days, I'm already starting to experience planetary lag, and my base is several thousand units away from anybody else's stuff. Alrighty. I'm half tempted to put a little walkway down from this landing pad, though. Alright, let's go ahead and do a little aerial surveillance. See what it looks like coming in on approach. That looks pretty cool. Oh, looks like we're going to get a visitor. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Okay, and then what I wanted to do... check up on chat here real quick. Right on, right on. So what made you choose the Xbox? Was that just your platform of choice, or did you already have one, or what was the deal with that? Where are all of my ships? there's the fighter. That's not my ship. Of course, while I have this guy here, I'm going to buy what he's got. Never hurts to have it. Righty. Would like to know where the rest of my ships went. They're getting all sorts of visitors now. Let's see what this guy's got to sell. I do not need any, I don't really need frost crystal either. Now that I think about it, between gamma root and frost crystal, I have those two super covered. Solar vine I have pretty well covered too, but setting up bases for other people. And, well, we're going to be planting solar vine out here. Might as well grab some more. Save me a trip to a base. Alright, right on, right on. What was the other thing that I had to do while I was here? Oh, I wanted to go up to... I want to go up to my planters on the ship. Because I was surprised to learn that not everybody has nip-nip. So we are going to share the love on the nip-nip. Shouldn't be surprised that not everybody has it. It took me forever to get those little Gek buggers at the space station and barter it with me. I blame Golden Gek. I think he was telling them not to sell to me. Ooh, I missed one. Walking a little too fast, still have not yet mastered the art of farming on the PS4. Particularly with these first ones. I think I missed one again. Yes, I did. I also normally don't play in first person, so this is really weird for me as well. Look at that, got one. Alright, so I'm going to plant some nip-nip down there for everybody. If they want to come grab some, they can start their own nip-nip farms. I was talking to KJ earlier, she actually doesn't have nip-nip on any of her saves, which I thought that was kind of strange because she's got a ton of hours. She was playing pre-visions and stuff like that. I got to see my first like legacy content. I think his gaming Mike was streaming the Pathfinder content. And that was cool. They've really changed a lot in this game. The colors in particular are dramatically different. I thought that was very interesting that it's become more muted than it was before. Normally when you have games progress they get more vivid, but this one is actually, the color schemes have become less vibrant. It was very interesting to see. Alright, well that should handle us for the nip. We need the phosphorus for the solar mine? Don't think we really need too much more in there. What we do need is the other ship, though. I need planter. And what I would like to do is, once I get this planted out, I also want to check the lag on my end. To do that, I should... Oop, got doubles of the same explorer come in. Really ought to move the freighter someplace else. Oh, right on. Yeah, I'll have to check out John's stuff. It's kind of weird. I'm still very new to not just streaming, but watching streams. I'm pretty old school in a lot of ways. I've got 6 kids that are between the ages of 23 and 4. So my wife and I don't really have, well, we didn't really have a lot of disposable time for ourselves either. I was working all the time, or the kids were keeping us busy, and so actually getting out and the entertainment over the last couple of years for us has been seriously lacking. And I finally got a chance to, get involved with some YouTube channels, and finally got a Netflix account and stuff like that, and catching up on shows that I missed out on over the years. And it's kind of funny. Alright, I wanted to go to... I'll go to Frostmourne real quick. I will call the freighter there. Need to make a list of all the different things I need to plant these things up now. Kind of just was winging it on that one. I got pretty lucky on my count of resources of what I needed. I knew I had a ton of glass already, or had a ton of frostwork just sitting around, and I'll show you why. KJ was watching my stream earlier before Swords. I was showing her this base. This is one of the earlier attempts that I made at these, but like I was saying, I'd like to do a lot of the natural planting where you will come to the base and plant what they naturally have available outside. So this one, and I also have a natural affinity for cold planets. So this one, let me go ahead and use the photo mode so you can really see this place. Start out with the base, very similar to design to what that one was, but I haven't expanded off to the sides. So most of the biodomes come off this way. I did a weird little extra jet off of this landing pad over here, and then an extra jet of this landing pad over there. So it's all solar vine down the main drag here. Those are all solar vine. I have to finish planting that one out, except for the star bramble in that top bubble. And then there's star bramble on that side and cactus flesh on that side. And then when you turn around here, I had found this nice little natural grove of frostwort. So what I decided to do was come in here, and you can see them popping up in the background there, the slow load-ins. And I just loaded the whole place up with frostwort of my own. So this actually ended up quite full. And since then I've learned much better ways of laying them out, doing straighter lines and getting better densities of frostwort, so you don't have to just sit here and kind of like push your way through them all, where you can actually just walk down the line. And then actually my very first base, I have gamma weed planted outside of it because I'm on a radioactive planet. There's just gamma weed everywhere because I wasn't familiar with how to properly plant things, and it was interesting to say the least. Go ahead and throw some of these on the starship here so I can grab some more, just so I have them. I believe this particular farm you'll walk away with close to 20,000 frostwort if you get them all. It's pretty intense. These are not all quite right yet. What do you mean by use the hallways? Where you put a hallway down and then just walk along the edge and plant them right up against it? Run inside here, get out of the weather for a moment. Oh, got a blue screen. Apologies for that. Apparently this is not the